Hello everybody, this is Samantha Jayne here in the UK. I'm known as the Psychic Coach, and my work here today is to give you my November month ahead insight, where I blend planetaries as well as insight from the beautiful tarot. Now, as we are already coming into this month, we start November with a bang in terms of going into Mercury retrograde, but I'm going to tell you now, don't panic with this one. It's not supposed to be as bad as previous ones that we have had this year. This one is, as always, associated with communication, technology breakdowns, nervous anxiety if you struggle with that. You could experience travel delays, you could experience lost items as well. But the good news, as I say, is this one is not supposed to be as challenging as previous ones. So any communication problems that you have will actually be quite easy to rectify, okay? But you do need to watch with this one that you are communicating your true self and speaking very clearly about wants and needs and things like that, and not expecting people to second guess what you're saying. Be very clear, whether that's in business communication or personal communication. Don't presume that the person reading it or hearing it fully understands what you are talking about or writing about. Now, this Mercury retrograde has a friendly and sociable energy to it as well, because it's next to Venus, which is, of course, the planet of love and peace. So because of that, it is, as I say, from the 31st of October to the 20th of November, it's a good time to be expressing your feelings for people. You may wish to tell someone you love them. You may be on the receiving end of that, but it's certainly a time where it should be much easier for you to share your affections. Now, when we get to the 8th, Saturn and Neptune bring together this material gain from spiritual pursuits. So this is when you can make your dreams come true. And November is very much a month for success across the board in all aspects of life, all right? So this is where from the 8th, around the 8th, there should be some dreams coming true, some wishes being granted, some success, which it comes from hard work through the year. So finally, all that hard work is going to start to pay off. All right, so maintain a sensible and realistic approach. Maintain your personal element to it, working with the planetaries, working creatively with the law of attraction, things like that, and things can come to fruition. All right, you will have a better understanding of where your own limits lie in your skills, abilities, knowledge, etc. But that's not a bad thing, is it? It's not a bad thing at all. Now, what happens on the 11th is the focus will be very much on your thinking and on communication again. And this could be a very busy time for people mentally. So watch that, especially if you suffer with anxiety disorders or you suffer from what we would call overthinking. Around the 11th is when we need to watch for that. All right. Great time for clearing out paperwork, sending letters, emails, but I will repeat myself right now and say, remember that Mercury retrograde energy has the potential to play up a little bit with that communication. So make sure the emails have been sent and things like that. On the 12th, we have the full moon. Now, that is really focusing on home and family and intimate relationships for the 2 weeks following it, and it's all about imbalance. So that would be work versus home. So if, like me, you adore working, you may find it a bit of a struggle to be juggling and maintaining a balance from the 12th for the next couple of weeks towards the end of November. All right, but it is a great time for emotional strength. It's a great time for psychic awareness as well during that time. Your intuition will be very high, it'll be strong. It will help you to avoid problems and complications that the Mercury retrograde may be throwing up. So follow that intuition in your day-to-day life. Also, pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams, your visuals. I had a very strange dream myself last night, but anyway, and all of those sort of things. your intuition, the universe will be talking to you. Your higher self will be talking to you very much during those 2 weeks. So my advice is to pay attention. This is a month to make your dreams come true. Pluto is at play. Then it's magnified by that full moon energy, along with the Saturn and next Neptune energy. So this is all about completions. It's all about success and strength and courage. Success can be yours on those projects that you have been working hard on throughout the year. So this is a good time to be talking to family, good time to be talking to business associates, etc., and collaborations and things like that. Yeah, it's a good month. So ride the waves of those planets. Don't go into fear about Mercury retrograde. I can completely understand it after the battering that we had, especially I think it was the last one. But with this one, breathe deep, breathe well, recognize it's temporary. If anything comes up from the past, it's because it wasn't communicated properly before, and now you have an opportunity to communicate it in a better way. All right, so let's look at the tarot. Now, as always, I'm going to say to you that readings are for entertainment purposes only. This is a general reading for all my lovely people watching this today. If it resonates with you, great. If it does not, then that part of the reading may not be for you. However, if you do watch on replay and playback, a lot of my clients tell me that as they progressed through the month, it became clear that that was very much relevant to them. So let's have a look at what the tarot will give us. And again, I've got this month of where there are rewards for efforts past, and at the same time, it is the start of new cycles for rewards ahead. Very much a month to remove negative energy, negative connections, negative beliefs, but also our own negativity, our own anxieties, old fears, old issues with how we communicate and connect with other people. Now, there is a lot to celebrate this month. There will be gatherings and causes for celebration. You may already be doing that at the end of the October, or making the plans for these things at the end of October. But as we progress into the November, we certainly have some victories to have. Make sure you celebrate your wins. That's how we tell the universe we appreciate them. And that's how we invite more in, because even the universe likes to party. Okay, and some of you may have to deal with people in positions of authority or power this month. So that could be a partner who thinks he rules the roost. It could be a boss, a father figure, or it could be literally, police people, officials, social workers, people like that, people with a bit of authority, courts, etc. But know that if you communicate well and you communicate your side strongly, that these conversations can go well. All right, don't lose it in those conversations. Instead, stay calm and stay in control, but make sure you communicate your full story. Okay, so many of you will really realize in November that you are sat in a much better place, a much better position than you had thought. Okay, when it comes to work and business aspects, and if you're not working at the moment, then this would be your daily life elements, the things that are taking up your daily life, your daily routine. So again, this is where I have my victory card. Lots of success, lots of people behind you on that success. Don't let anxiety make you paranoid that people aren't supporting you or people are jealous of you. If there are people like that around you, they are not your tribe. They are not your people. Get rid, all right? And turn your attention to the ones that walk beside you this month, the ones that are cheering you on, and that is key. Now, when it comes to love and relationships, and it can be your intimate relationship, but just as much it could be business partners, friends, family, neighbours, stuff like that. This is where my anxiety card shows up this month. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of seeing stuff that's not there through this obsessive need to know the details of everything that is going on. Stop sweating over small stuff If it's big stuff, yes, fair enough. But there's a potential for too many of you to be sweating over the small stuff, creating huge anxiety and drama over stuff that isn't really worth it, or even perhaps not even going on. All right, so be very mindful of that and step back before you open your mouth, but not just before you open your mouth, but before you allow yourself to spiral mentally down that thought column. When I cross over to spiritual and personal growth, this month, especially for those like myself working in what would be regarded the industry, it's a great time, okay? A lot of work to do, but it's good and it's successful, and there is a sense of fulfillment that fills me as I read and feel the vibe for the month of November here. So don't, knuckle down still. If you're not in that industry, then it's very much about your own personal spiritual growth, your own personal development, and putting work into you, not everybody else, you. And that's what we want to see happening this month, because that is how we lose the negativity. So that's it for the month of November. I hope I have helped you. Please click subscribe, drop me a comment and a like, and let me know how it goes. And if you're looking for a private reading, then pop over to my main website, which is needapsychic.co.uk. Have a great time, everyone.